Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a goddamn, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
All right, welcome back to Hard Away Wrestling. Ricky, 2 days in a row, buddy.
It is.
2 days in a row. We did it. I don't know how we're doing it.
You're overbooking me.
I'm going to pay you extra.
I know.
Double.
0.
Double zero. Double. That's what we're going to pay. Everyone who came on today is getting paid. So if you didn't make it today, well, I mean, you messed up. You done messed up. So what's up, buddy?
Nada.
So we still have, we'll probably be back later on this week, at least one or two more times. Hopefully we will be able to do the back end of Mr. McMahon.
I don't want to do anything with the back end of Mr. McMahon.
I mean, a lot of people did do a lot of things with the back end of Mr. McMahon. So, yeah. So, and then on Thursday, I think we're going to do, it might just be me and you again, but we're going to do our Bad Blood review, 5 matches. Looks like a pretty good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Get a cage match.
Hell in a Cell.
So, yeah, Hell in a
Main
Cell.
event.
Yeet.
I thought for sure.
Wrong main event.
I thought for sure I was getting ready to message you last night. I mean, we'll get into it later, but the Gunther versus Sami Zayn, I thought that was going to get added to the pay-per-view, and they're just putting it on Raw next.
I did that too, but it doesn't look like they're going to add it. So
it's next week on Raw.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
And that's how much it means to everybody. They're going to put it on Raw next week. If you're swinging by right now, make sure you go to like and subscribe and ring that bell. You can catch us on all the platforms, Spotify.
What?
Google Play.
What? No.
Gotcha.
Scotty ruined it.
Yep, Scotty ruined it. But iTunes and iHeartRadio. You get us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you go check out all of those platforms and like us all.
Check out Patreon and join our damn fantasy league.
Yeah, Patreon is where it's at. So for $5 a month, you get access to some different articles and stuff that I post that only certain people can see. And if you got to be a Patreon member to be able to see it, and I ain't gonna lie, I steal it from a couple other websites that are paid websites. So you can't see them either. So why not pay here at Hardway and get it for $5? Also, you get access to our Hardway Wrestling Fantasy League. Right now we are running, it ends at the end of this month and we restart at the beginning of November, right? Yeah, beginning of November. So, but at any point you can jump in, right? You don't have to wait for the Fantasy League. You can jump in at any time and just support Hardway. And that's exactly what we're looking for here. So we have playoff baseball to watch. So Ricky and I are going to zip through.
Absolutely.
We're going to zip through it here real quick. I'm going to pull it up here real quick. So last night, Raw was in Evansville, Indiana at the Ford Center. Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett on the call. What do you think about Joe Tessitore? We haven't really talked about him.
I'm not a big fan of him. I remember when he did Monday Night Football, I think back in the day for a bit. I think he was only on like one season.
Yeah, I don't think I care too much for people that aren't in the business.
Yeah.
Now, I really liked McAfee. Now, McAfee is in the business also. Was in the business. I don't know if he's not really doing anything now, but
college football.
I mean, Joe Tessitore does okay. I think it's a delivery. Like, I think he has a Monday Night Football delivery, which is fine.
I didn't even think he had it then.
No, I'd almost rather hear Tony Romo do WWE commentaries. Like, I don't know. Vince. So I'd almost rather see.
Look out, Wade! Here it comes.
Okay, Wade, you didn't see that coming down. What they're doing here, Wade, is I've seen this a million times. Oh,
My
okay.
shoe squeaking.
Is that your shoe? Or you step on a puppy?
Mr. Puffers is all right.
Gotcha. So, all right. Monday Night Raw started off with Jey Uso promo. He came out of the stands. Before he entered into the stands, he kissed his kid on the head. I thought that was pretty cool. That what is this kid's name?
I done forgot.
I can't remember what his kid's name is. Chase, Jason, Jace. I can't remember. Anyway,
I can't remember.
it wasn't me. He didn't kiss me on the forehead. So, but he enters. He gets down to the ring. He cuts an awesome promo. It looked like he had lost his way in the middle of that promo. A couple of times where he just was like turned around, and I think Tessitore said that he looked like he was getting choked up. But I just think he forgot what he was supposed to say, and I think he turned around one time and went, "Yeet." I think just yeet. I think that's just the way to break the ice.
That's the answer to everything.
That is the answer to everything. So he got back on track and he thanked everybody, he thanked the fans, and he thanked his mother, which I thought was pretty cool. And I didn't thank Rikishi.
I know. He was the one lobbying for him to win a singles title on the internet for weeks now.
Oh, okay. Here it is right here. It's his son Jace. That's what it is. His son Jace. He said, "Mama, we did it. Yeet."
Little loose.
So good for him. Braun Breaker's music hits. He comes down to the ring, gets in the ring. He says, "Listen, I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to spear you. I have respect for the lineage of the Intercontinental title, and I have respect for you, Jay." So he shakes Jay's hand. Jay, at that point, I guess Jay realized that he wasn't in any danger, and he said, "I bet there's lots of dogs in Indiana right now." So
Yep.
Not many barks though, right? Not many barks.
It's not quite.
Yeah. So pretty good promo, pretty good emotional promo from Jey Uso. Last week, Xavier Woods got into Rey Mysterio's face. Tonight or last night, they faced off. Rey Mysterio versus Xavier Woods. Pretty good back and forth match. You got a chance to catch this back and forth match.
Yeah, I did see that.
It ended with an accidental
mask pulling.
We haven't seen Rey without his mask since what, WCW?
Yep.
Yeah, so he pulled the mask off. It came off pretty easily.
When he was going for the 619, you could see him adjust it a little bit.
No, okay. Did he untie right before?
He does a little tug on the one side of it as he's running towards the ropes.
Gotcha. I didn't catch that. Good catch.
I called it.
Yeah, good catch. My phone's acting weird. So Xavier Woods pulls the mask off by accident, realizes it's an accident, but doesn't care. He rolls up Rey, gets the pin, and gets out of there.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? And honestly, don't blame him, right? Don't blame him. Rey wanted the smoke. He got the smoke, and Xavier Woods wins that match via roll up pinfall. Backstage segment: Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler walked up to Lyra Valkyria. Backstage, Deville says Valkyria has a big match against Zoey Stark. It's a shame that she'll be out there all in without Natalya. We haven't seen Natalya since she came back to one night, right? She hasn't been back.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. No Zelina Vega, Deville, and Baszler will be out there, but Valkyria doesn't have to worry about Baszler. She doesn't bite unless Deville tells her to. Then they walk off. So, let's see here. So we get a little backstage. Kofi and Xavier going back and forth. Xavier doesn't think it's very cool that
Kofi got a title shot against Jay next week.
Well, that's so Kofi is giving Xavier a little bit of shit for pulling the mask off, and he said, "Hey man, how about congratulate me on beating a former champion?" And then go ahead. Kofi.
Yeah, then Kofi tells him he got himself a Intercontinental title match next week, but said that Xavier deserves it more. So
Yeah.
Xavier's getting the rub from Kofi on this.
Yeah, and Kofi said, or Xavier said, by this time next week, I could be the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, since WrestleMania, that belt has changed hands not once, not twice, but 3 times. He lost. Gunther lost it.
Yeah, Gunther lost to Sammy. Sammy lost to Braun, and Braun lost to Jay.
Right. So, will we get another
Not a
strap
chance.
change next week?
Not a chance. This will add to the. After Xavier loses this will add to the frustration that he's going to have. Yeah.
We're going to see later on in Raw here, there's going to be some more friction between those two. So then we get our Lyra Valkyria versus Zoey Stark and Pure Fusion Collection. The bell rings and Stark's power powers Valkyria into the corner and hits some shoulder thrust. Valkyria fights out, hits an arm drag. Starks pushes her into the ropes and trips her. Valkyria blocks a kick and soon shoulder tackles her for a 1 count. Valkyria applies a side headlock, but Stark counters with a backbreaker. Stark shoves her across into the ropes. Valkyria holds on. Valkyria sidesteps her to get her out of the ring. Valkyria hits a wrecking ball drop kick. This match was pretty good back and forth match.
It was, but it's just to the point I just don't give a shit about Pure Fusion Collective.
Love Lyra Valkyria.
Yes, love her.
Love Lyra Valkyria. Shayna Baszler gets involved here. Zoey hits this beautiful missile drop kick before that, right? I don't know if you saw the missile drop kick.
I did see that.
Beautiful missile drop kick. So Shayna gets involved. Zoey hits the Z360, which is honestly, in my mind, one of the best moves, best finishers, right? Best finishers that the women have. And Zoey wins by pinfall. And then they all get into a Pure Fusion collection surrounding Valkyria, but Caden Chance, wearing a face guard, by the way, and Caden Carter run down for the save and lay out DeVille and Baszler beside each. Others hit the keg stand. What's that? It's another great name for a finisher. And Chance and Carter are fired up. So
it's a little bit of a silly finisher, but
yeah.
Here we go again. We're gonna have another 6-woman tag match that I give absolutely zero shits about.
But it won't matter. It won't matter. We're not getting it for a pay-per-view, so that's perfect.
That is true.
Adam Pearce is talking to an army of security guards backstage. They're talking about how they're going to keep CM Punk away from Drew McIntyre. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Caden Carter and Katana Chance and Lyra Valkyria. Chance says, "They broke my face." It made me giggle whenever that part came on. So they were all done. The women's tag titles. Once they're done with them, they're going after women's tag titles. The Unholy Union walks up to them and says the titles belong to them. And
they look like absolute giants standing next to them.
They do. And Kaden and Katana are like, what are they?
4 feet tall.
I mean, they're not. They're Oompa Loompas. They're like little tiny kids. So the Unholy Union, yes, they look like monsters. Speaking of monsters, we get a CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. They speak in the cell. This is awesome. Where's the pay-per-view on Saturday? Do you remember?
No.
So they had this cage. It's not in Indiana, is it? It's not
I don't think so.
Okay. So they brought this cage. They set this cage up and they lowered it just for this.
I thought for sure that was going to come down during the last Monster Standing match.
Yeah, so did I. But I guess it would defeat the purpose of having Hell in a Cell on Saturday. So anyway, CM Punk is introduced. He comes down. Drew McIntyre is introduced. He comes down. Drew McIntyre is dressed in all black, obviously looking for a funeral. When I saw CM Punk was wearing all white, I was like, no way, we're not bleeding tonight, are we? We're not, they're not going to get in touch each other tonight, are they? But they didn't touch each other. CM Punk said, I have nothing to say to you. You're a piece of shit, basically. And I'll do my talking on Saturday. So nice little, they're intense. Both those guys are intense. Like I'm guessing this is going to be the main event on Saturday.
The main event.
So
there's no world title match. Cody's in a tag match.
Yeah, Cody's in a tag match. So I definitely going to be the main event. I think this is going to be a bloodbath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully CM Punk survives it.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't end up on the shelf afterwards.
Right. So, all right, we had another backstage. A lot of talking in this. This Raw was super talkative. Backstage with Braun Strowman. She asks how he's feeling trepidatious. Heading into the match, Strowman says, I don't even know what trepidatious means. The Miz walks up. He said last week he had a match versus Bronson Reed, but Strowman interrupted it. R-Truth walks up. R-Truth's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. R-Truth's back. This is his first appearance since Reed injured him. Strowman says he has a massive match coming up. They started these problems, and he'll finish them. Strowman walks off. Miz and R-Truth. What he said? What are you doing here? R-Truth said,
got him a match with AOP.
Yeah, AOP. He said, R-Truth, what are you doing here? He goes, I work here. So,
Truth is still gold.
R-Truth texted Pierce, says that he's getting picked up. He's getting picked on by Karrion Kross. They're taking an AOP. They're taking on AOP. Miz says, authors of pain. R-Truth goes, didn't realize that, but that's awesome truth. That the awesome truth is back. Miz doesn't look very thrilled about it.
No.
We get a Judgment Day. Judgment Day makes their way to the ring to battle LWO. Again, I don't care about this either. This is another one I just don't care about. Yeah. I don't care about the LWO unless they put Carlito back with them. So we get a 6-man match. Judgment Day, Dirty Dom, Carlito. Judgment Day,
JD
Dirty Dom, Carlito, and JD McDonough versus
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee, Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro.
Yeah.
So, so this is pretty good back and forth. All right. So earlier in the night, Finn wasn't going to be there. Finn was having
travel issues,
traffic or whatever the problem was. And he shows up at the end of this match, knocks Joaquin Wilde off the rope. He strangles himself on the rope, and then JD McDonough hits him with the little ripcord. What is that? Ripcord belly to back or whatever it was. Yeah. So Judgment Day wins by a pinfall. And then all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. They're talking. Judgment Day's talking in the ring. Liv Morgan starts running her yap, and then this is my reality.
We get Mommy out there, and she says
right.
Dirty Dom is scared and claustrophobic.
She said to bring out the cage. Bring out the cage. So they brought out the cage, which I'm pretty sure is the same cage they used for War Games.
No, that one was a little smaller.
A little smaller. He says, I know, Dom, you're claustrophobic.
Yeah, the War Games cage got to hold 4 people.
Okay, I guess you're right.
That cage would have held LWO. It's about the same size as the front seats of a Honda Civic.
So, Liv is pissed. And then from behind, Damian Priest sneaks up on Judgment Day. Jumps Judgment Day, fights them all pretty good. Liv and Dom jump out of the ring, and they're backing up, and then Mommy beats the piss out of both of them. If you look at the go-home math, because at the end of this, I think Finn gives coup de grace like what four times,
three
at least
times,
3
I
or 4
think it was.
times to Damian Priest. Go on math here says that Priest is going to win this match.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that does for the whole story if they go ahead and because should Priest win here? He hasn't faced Finn yet, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm on the fence about this match, and we'll get into that later on in the week. So
I'm on the fence with the Liv Morgan match too.
I don't think they're putting a belt on. I don't think they're doing that.
I don't think so yet, but I don't know.
Dom's gonna squeeze out of that cage.
Dom's gonna call up Diddy for some lube.
Or he's gonna hang himself
out of there.
Hang himself in the cage. We get we get Chad Gable. No, we get a Damage Control backstage. Io Sky says that she's still the most dominant team. They're still the most dominant team in the women's division.
We love her a long time.
She's in Bianca Belair's head. They want their tag titles back. Then we get a Chad Gable with American Made, Brutus Creed, Julius Creed with Ivy now versus Kofi Kingston. This wasn't bad. Chad Gable impresses me every time this guy's in the ring. I can't wait till they finally turn him face and put a belt on him because I think it's going to be emotional.
I want Kurt Angle to come back and be their manager.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Team Angle.
So
2.0.
Towards the end of this match, Kofi goes for what's Kofi's finisher?
Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise. Xavier grabs Gable's ankle, stops him from running into the move. Kofi misses it. Gable shakes off. Xavier goes and hits his finisher. With the German suplex? Seen him with a German?
Yeah.
And he got the pin 1, 2, 3. So Xavier Woods causes Kingston to lose his match versus Chad Gable. Now, again, we talked about it earlier about all the stuff that's going on with those guys. And here's just some more tension. So who turns heel, Xavier or Kofi?
Xavier.
Okay. I think
it'd
be a pretty good swerve, bro.
It would be.
So we get a footage is shown of Seth freaking Rollins appearing on Sunday Night Football last night. Monday night.
He's been busy in the NFL stadiums.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
He got thrown out of the crowd at a Bears game, I think it was.
He was in Baltimore?
Yeah. He was on the sidelines at the Ravens game Sunday night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, wait a minute. No, he was in Chicago the week before, right?
Yeah.
And they dumped him out of the... No, he wasn't in Chicago. He was in Green Bay.
No, it was in Chicago. It was the Colts. It was the Colts and the Bears.
So he was at the Colts stadium, and they threw him out.
Threw him out of the
yeah, because he's a Bears fan.
Yeah,
and he's a Bears fan. So, so we get lost my spot here. Jackie Redmond backstage with Big Bronson. Reed congratulates Seth Rollins and hopes he comes back soon. Reed took months off of his career. Next time he'll take years off his life. As for Braun Strowman, Reed apologizes for exposing him as the man he is. Reed is the last monster standing. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is talking with WWE officials. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther walks by, and we get a Gunther segment next. So here's another part of WWE right now that I honestly I don't care about. I don't care about. I'm over Sammy. I don't know why. I think I like heel Sammy better. Not really a big fan of face Sammy. So, but yeah, he is chasing out the Gunther pretty hard here. So, we get a Wyatt 6 promo. We also early in the day we got those the Fire promo too.
The RPF.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're holding up Ray Phoenix, so I can't imagine that he's going to be.
Ray Phoenix is held up everywhere.
Well, that's true. Whether it's at the border or customs or AEW. So
Yeah. Probably the Viking Raiders coming back.
we get Gunther segment where he addresses the crowd. Towards the end of the segment, he lays fucking Sammy out, and he gives him probably one of the worst power bombs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not sure that Sammy got anything tucked besides his manhood between his legs. So
I think they also announced before this that Dragunov tore his ACL at a live event.
oh, you know what? I must have missed that part, but
Yeah.
I had heard about that.
So he's going to be out 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, easily 6 to 9. So we get a tag team match. The Awesome Truth, the Miz and R-Truth versus the AOP, the AOP, the Final Testicles, carrying across Scarlet with 900-year-old Paul Ellering. So this just typical match, back and forth. But we get a Miz heel turn.
We kind of saw that was coming eventually.
Yeah, but what do they? I mean, is he joining AOP?
Yeah, I don't know if he's joining
the
the
Miz
Final
OP.
Testicles or not. I mean, really, I don't care to have to see a Miz versus R-Truth feud.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where they're going to go. Where they're going to go with this, honestly. So we do like. I much prefer Miz to be a heel than a face.
Yeah.
But, we'll see where it goes with here. And anytime we can get a program with truth, I'm all about it. AOP gets the win here. So now we get the last monster standing. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. This match was everything we thought it was going to be.
Absolutely.
They beat the shit out of each other. They beat the shit out of referees. They beat the shit out of security guards. At one point, Bronson Reed put Braun Strowman through one of the barricades, and then he put him through another barricade, which led into the crowd. And the barricade actually landed on people. Now, I don't know if those people, I'm sure those people work for WWE. I'm hoping those people work from WWE.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture of that poor girl with her little short miniskirt was up around her neck. So the camera is funny. If you go back and watch it, the camera guy cannot stop turning the camera towards her bum. So so good on him though. AEW cameras are in the house.
Yeah.
AEW or old school WWF cameras are in the house. So anyway, this was Bronson Reed hit towards the end of this match. Bronson Reed hit Strowman with like 2 or 3 of his tsunamis, and they're Strowman down. The referee's out of the ring checking on people, and then Bronson Reed goes out, grabs the referee, slings the security guards.
It was just chaos.
What's that?
It was just chaos everywhere.
Yeah, it was just chaos. And then we get a
superplex.
We get the superplex her around the world. Superplex the ring. I want to know how they do that. How they make the ring post pop out like they do. The whole match, the ring is just like it is. They're taking big bump after big bump after big bump.
I kept saying the whole time that ring's going to come down.
Well, we knew that was happening.
Yeah.
We absolutely, they destroyed a minivan. There was no way they weren't going to destroy this ring. So Strowman is down from this superplex. Bronson Reed is getting up, getting himself up because the 10 count is going, and out of nowhere, here comes Seth Rollins.
Freaking Rollins.
Seth Franklin Rollins gives a little bit of a curb stop onto the stairs, and it was a great visual at the end where Bronson Reed was kind of just half kneeling on the stairs with his face on it, and he was out. He didn't make the 10 count.
Between the triangle.
It was very good. It was very good. Then Braun Strowman wins the last monster standing match, and Seth Rollins is back.
I wasn't expecting him to be back yet. I thought they were saying he wasn't going to be back to like around the
next
new year.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what capacity. We don't know what capacity he's going to be. So he could be one of those like CM Punk things where they have to continue to, just work around his whatever his disability is or his injury or whatever. So either way, that was Raw. Raw. Not bad. Wasn't a bad Raw. I mean, it was okay for a go home show. For a small pay-per-view, a Bad Blood.
Yeah.
So it's funny. If you all the ATCW shows, at the beginning of the year, I named everyone for the month. Every month, I named everyone. There's a list of them. They get every Sunday after the Saturday show. The new name is released and the whatever. Right? Guess what this one's called? That comes up in October.
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. I had no idea.
Nice.
Yeah. Bad Blood. So
Copyright.
the WWE and Jonathan Cross have a lot in common. They think a lot. They think alike. So me and Trips. It's a Paul Levesque Cross error. So anyway, that's going to do it here for Hardway Wrestling. Ricky, thank you. We just want to be a quick knockout here. We might start doing more of this kind of stuff instead of the long, drawn out talk about every time somebody farts at a wrestling ring. We're changes. We're probably going to be changing some things up around here. So, but yeah, that's Raw. We'll definitely be back. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be back for the second installment for Mr. McMahon. And then on Thursday, we will do our Bad Blood review. Make sure you tune in for that. Also, if you're not on the Patreon, get on there. If you want to play in the fantasy league, you want to support Hardway Wrestling, we appreciate it. It's $5. What honestly, nowadays, what can you buy for $5?
Not much.
No, you can't go to McDonald's for $5. You can't buy condoms for $5. You can't even buy a pack of fucking gum and a soda for $5 anymore. It's crazy. I bought this morning. I bought a 5-hour energy and a Logan Paul drink.
Prime.
Prime.
Shit's nasty.
$7. I like it. It's cocoa.
I don't.
It's coconut water. Basically. So I much prefer it over Gatorade. The sugar content is 0 basically, and the sodium is not as much as Gatorade. Yeah,
0.
Yeah,
0.
It's like drinking piss. Anyway, that's good to do here for Hardway Wrestling. We'll be back later in the week. And Ricky, 5-hour footlong. That's not even true. They don't even do the 5-hour footlongs anymore. And whose feet is it? That's what I want to know. Whose foot is it? And if you've eaten at Subway, it tastes like a foot. That's why they call it 5-hour footlong. So. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
On the hard way. Conan.